if growth is not possible, if growth is not at a sufficient level, do you worry that sustainability of debt will become a problem again in other parts of the Eurozone?
It could be an issue if we did not have this monetary policy and if we did not have the possibility of having a better level of growth over the next years. But I'm really confident that we will be able all together to overcome this crisis. And I'm really confident that there will not be any problem of debt sustainability within the Eurozone. First of all, once again, because we have the protection of the ECB and the very wise decisions taken by Christine Lagarde and taken by the board of the ECB. Second, because we have adopted a coordinated approach. That's the first time in the European history that we have decided to launch all together national recovery plans, but also we have decided to have a European recovery plan of 750 billion euros. That's the first time in European history that we have been able to get an agreement and a common approach on a European recovery plan. And the third reason is that for the first time in the European history, thanks to the impetus given by Angela Merkel and by Emmanuel Macron, we have decided to raise common debt together, which means that there is a solidarity between Spain, France, Germany, Italy that will protect us from the bad consequences of the economic crisis. So for those three reasons, I do not see any problem of debt sustainability over the next decade within the Eurozone.
You said that we do not have a sustainability problem within the Eurozone because of the ECB, and you listed 3 points, but the first two are the ECB and the Pan-European Fund. If the ECB wasn't there, are you suggesting that debt would not be sustainable?
I'm just explaining that the fact is alone, things are far more difficult. And if the members of the Eurozone would be alone without the support of this common currency and without the support of the ECB, I really think that the situation would be worse for many countries. So that's why the European construction is so helpful for all of us.
Okay, let's move on to the second part, which is the pan-European budget, the 7-year budget, and the rescue fund that is attached to that. At the moment, Hungary and Poland are vetoing that. Do you have a plan B? And if so, what is it?
We do not have a plan B, but to convince Poland and Hungary to change their mind about this recovery plan. I think they are making a strong political mistake. And I also think that they are making for their own people and for their own nation a strong economic mistake. We all need the support of the European recovery plan, and the sooner the better. We are all seeing the consequences of the crisis on our SMEs, on the independent people, on the global growth of the economy. Why should we wait before spending that European money to support our economies? So once again, I really urge Hungary, Poland to change their mind about this recovery plan, because the sooner we are able to implement this recovery plan, the European one, the sooner we can get the money, the better for all of us. That's a question which is of common interest. We need the European support. We need the European recovery plan.
Jean asked the questions. Do you think it's maybe there is some merit in the idea of moving towards enhanced cooperation in order to overcome the vetoes?
No, I think that we are all on the same boat. We must stand together facing this economic crisis, and we are all severely hit by the economic crisis, even Hungary and Poland, which means that we all need the support of the European recovery plan.